And welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Craven. Alright guys, so I have the new Warden Healer for Summerset to introduce you guys to today. This is called Groundskeeper. This is a really nice build, whether you're in a 4-man or whether you're in a trial. No matter what's going to be thrown your way with this healer, you're going to be able to handle it. Don't worry about it. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be a Resto Destro build. On this side, you're going to go ahead and see Max Magicka is at 35,324. Magic Recovery, really nice, 2204. Max Health, slightly under 19, anticipating that Eben. If the Eben's not there, don't worry. With this build, you will have plenty of survivability. So 19K, you're going to be sitting pretty good. You're going to see Spell Crit at 56.8. That is really nice. Base Resistance, look at the base resistance here, really important. 12, 8, 13, 12. You want to try to keep those as close as possible. Really important depending, what's thrown your way. I always like to try to, keep my resistance, between the lines, trying to keep them as even as possible. Okay, to the left, you're going to see Magicka allocated at 58, health at 6. We are using max health and max Magicka. You do not need recovery food. If you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, you do not. Yo, morning, David. What's up? You don't need recovery food if you know what you're doing. Okay? So recovery food can be kind of, over the top where, that max Magicka can really be profitable. Great fun PvPing Friday. I had a blast, dude. I can't wait to get with you guys again. Can't wait. You're going to see we're also using the Thief Mundus. Very important. Why? Because crits can heal. Not every build you will need this. But if you're not running a crit set, I do suggest picking up the Thief Mundus. Okay, we're going to switch the bar. You're going to notice a slight change, right, with the Max Magicka and the recovery. And the crit's going to drop. But I'll get into it. But you'll notice that resistance remains the same. Kind of important here. All right, so let's get into the sets and what we're doing here. This is going to be kind of a standard or, what most players are going to try to configure. But I will integrate a couple of things in the video. All right, so we're going to use the Ulrum's set. Oh, snap. I forgot to. That's why that crit's so high. 1 second. Made a mistake. I forgot to switch to Nirnholm. Oh, my God. We'll take care of that. See, Mystic always messes up. I did try setting that up. Okay. Oh, got to do one more thing. I got to get another. All right. All right. Good. All right, there we go. All right, now let's take a look. Okay, actually, we will make one more slight alteration. All right, 1 second. Sorry about that. At least I'm doing this live and you get to see it. Okay. We're going to get that one up. Just to throw it up a little bit more. Okay. We're good. So it shouldn't throw it down too much, but we'll go over it. Okay, now this is a 5-1-1 config. 2, 5 light, 1 medium, 1 heavy. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Yep. We're good. We're solid. All right. So going back into the sets here. So Ulrum's, right? Ulrum's, I didn't change the enchantments. I will go over that. Okay, Ulrum's, Magic Recovery, Minor Ages. Minor Ages is really good for a healer. Why? It reduces the damage. If the tank doesn't pick up the aggro, guess who's the first person picking up aggro? Healers. Why? Because they're healing. It's a threat. Until DPS establishes, the threats, the aggro is automatically placed on a healer. That's why tanks are very important. A lot of people want to try to run dungeons or 4-mans without tanks. Guess who picks up the aggro first? And who could get killed? The healer. When the healer dies, people die. Tanks, very important. Minor Ages, though, on this set, very important because it reduces damage. A lot of people always ask, why do they put Minor Ages on a healer? Because healers pick up aggro initially. So you don't want healers to die. If they die, the party dies. Reducing the damage, big time perk, giving the tank enough time to pick up the aggro. Okay, another magic recovery. Remember with this set, casting ground effect abilities in combat will create a circle of might. You have to lay down ground heals. Very, very important. You have to. Every class has a ground healing effect now in play. So that is very, very important with this set. The devs were really smart with the changes with the DK, anticipating this set. So big thumbs up to Zoss for that. So really important how you have to use ground healing effects and why you want to utilize ground healings on both bars when you're doing all rooms. Okay, very important. You'll see that the healing staffs, Nernholm just transmuted it. You want increase, right? You want weapon enchantment increase on this. You don't need recovery. Do that. And then I would suggest putting the frost glyph on the lightning staff. Right? You want to put a frost glyph. Why? Because it's very simple. Every class gets like a bonus to their damage type. Piercing cold will increase your magic and frost damage by 6%. So by putting a frost glyph on there, you're actually dealing a little bit more damage with that. So you can go lightning, you can go flame, whatever, but I suggest the frost damage. Okay? So now, going back into it, so we have a healing staff, Nernholm. Ideal. Lightning staff, Nernholm. Once again, Nernholm out heals powered. Charge drops healing effects. So, very important that you understand that. You can use charged if you're going to use the wall, but your healing will suffer for that. Just a heads up. I'm partial to Sentinel. Okay? No surprise. I love the Sentinel set. Why do I like it? It offers utility. It has a ground healing effect in the radius, and it offers stamina. For a tank, especially when that drops on a tank, very, very, very important, right? I can't stress it, but you don't have to use it. You can use whatever monster set you want. I just really like it. If you want to use the master, you can do that and then drop the monster set. Okay, heads up. Jorvlin's going to be our second one. Once again, recovery, additional healing. Increases the duration of all major buffs and minor buffs and damage shields. For the Warden has a slew of buffs, right? Add that along with Alarums or Spell Power Cure, and now with the changes to the effect giving major courage, that increases the effect by 42 seconds. So if somebody can't get to the circle, it gives them ample opportunity and time to play out through the mechanics, and you targeting them, targeting the ground heal in their direction so they can once again get it. You're not having to worry about keep spamming it because of the duration. So very important. Okay, so Jorvlin's Guidance Robe, Infused, Max Magic Ideal. Shoulders of Sentinel, Divine, Max Health. Now notice I put this in Divine. So you're going to go 2 Infused, 6 Divine. Why? You want to put up that crit at least around 51. You know, 51 to 55 is ideal areas that you want to be at for critical values, and especially if you're going to crit heal. All right. So Jorvlin's Guidance Sash, Glyph, Max Health, Divine, Ideal. Jorvlin's Guidance Gloves, Divine, Max Magica, Ideal. Interesting, the new trial set in Jorvlin. That monster helm is great. I use it a lot. I agree. I agree, David. Awesome. Jorvlin's Guidance Breachers, Infused, Max Magica, Ideal. Jorvlin's Guidance Shoes, Divine, Max Magica, Ideal. Alrum's Necklace, Infused, Magica Recovery. Okay? Now here's the deal. Since I have a ton of recovery at 22, I don't need to go infused. But I want one more Magica recovery, but I want to keep my Max Magica. So I went Arcane. I went in, recovery, Arcane on this one. And then I went Arcane, increased spell damage. So 2 Arcane, 1 spell damage, 1 recovery, 1 infused, Magica recovery. That gives us a ton of Magica recovery and allows us to optimize more spell damage to increase healing effects. Okay, really, really nice. Love that. Okay, let's get into the sets and why, or the skills and why we did this layout. I'll explain it. Symbiosis. Robert, morning. Symbiosis is now a new Sigil Order skill line. Works great on Warden Healers. This is going to be a really good boon to the Warden Healer. Why? Okay, look. Your light attacks heal for 14,748 health over 10 seconds. Your heavy attacks heal for 6,167 health every second while channeling. You heal yourself for 57% of the amount of healing done. So if you're taking damage, you're also healing. But here's the kicker. Why Symbiosis on a Warden? Why? Simple. Lotus Blossom. Okay. So we're going to activate Lotus Blossom, causing our light attacks to restore health and your fully charged heavy attacks to restore health as well. That stacks with Symbiosis. That will activate, when you activate this and you're dealing light and heavy attacks and you're targeting an ally with Symbiosis, you're getting a double healing effect by doing the same thing you would have done anyways. With Symbiosis. That's what makes this ability really great on the Warden Healer, is because of Lotus Blossom. Plus, Lotus Blossom is also going to give us that major prophecy, right? It's great. If you use Lotus Blossom in conjunction with Symbiosis, it's OP as hell. It's awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. Now, Healing Springs, pretty standard. We all know it. Combat Prayer, love this. Minor Berserk, Minor Resolve, and Minor Ward. Okay? Keep in mind we're using Jorvelins. That's increasing the buff duration by 11.2 seconds. Energy Orbs, utility, hot. Now we don't have to worry about Spell Power Cure not being activated, because of the maturation. Now keep in mind, I really want to stress this. When you heal yourself or an ally, you grant them minor toughness, increasing their max health by 10% for 14 seconds. That gets bumped with Jorvelins, right? So you get the extra duration because it is a minor buff. So Jorvelins will also increase the minor toughness buff. So I really like that. So when I'm throwing out the hots, I'm increasing everybody's health by 10% for 14 seconds. Really, really nice. Okay. Now, once again, I'm going to use Northern Storm on the front bar. Why am I using Northern Storm on the front bar? Right? I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to activate it, actually. It's very simple. Northern Storm is going to increase my max magicka by 8%, right? That is basically increasing my healing effects. The more magicka I have stacked, remember with trial sets, we're losing stats, right? So when we take a look at like Alrums, we're getting major ages. We don't have a max magicka in this. We have recover. We don't have max magicka. So how do we go ahead and amp that healing effect up when we're getting minor ages or Slayer or something that's taken away from our stat pool, right? Simple. You use the abilities that you have to maximize. Northern Storm does that. Northern Storm increases max magicka by 8%. That's crazy. If it stacks, Wardens are going to heal like crazy while heavy attacks, and we're gaining resources back. It's amazing. It's amazing. Symbiosis with Lotus Blossom. You heard it here first. I'm making a Warden Healer. Dang right. I bet you are. It's amazing. And most people overlooked it. 90-something% of people overlooked it. Bam. I'm like, no. That's why. That's why I do heal builds. That's why. So, back bar. Okay, this is Destro, and I'm going to go over a lot of things here. Okay, so we got the Enchanted Growth. Very important, right? Very, very, very important as a healer because it's going to offer a burst heal in a cone direction, but it's also going to, guess what? Offer minor intellect, minor endurance, and increases their stamina and magic recovery by 10% for 28 seconds. So that's huge. So all of a sudden, I go ahead, I hit this, I go back in, I get that buff. My magic recovery is at 23 now. I have a Warden Healer, but he mostly PvP, though that may change soon. Yeah. So all of a sudden, hit this, bam, 2,300. Don't need recovery food. You don't need it. Don't need it. All right. So you're looking good. Budding Seeds. Now remember, I told you, you have to watch, you have to use ground heals for all worms, right? You want the Healing Springs on the front bar, and you want to use the Budding Seeds, right? So all of a sudden, when I'm in combat and I throw down the Budding Seeds, there's the buff. There's the Minor Courage buff in the middle of the Budding Seeds. Okay? You have to lay down ground effects. You have to lay them down to get this buff to apply. Budding Seeds is going to be very important to do that. So you're basically getting that buff to be applied. Okay? Very simple. So Budding Seeds on the back bar is crucial to keep this up. You want your ground effects one on each side, especially if you're using Mending. All right, so let's go back into this. Now, I'm going to use Expansive Frost Cloak if the other healer in a trial is using Ellie Drain, right? I'm going to offer the resistance to my party, given a major resolve and major ward. Now, tanks will automatically have it, but by applying this to the party members, it's reducing the damage they're taking and reserving my resources so I don't have to spam heals as much. Now, if a player doesn't have Ellie Drain, I'm going to replace that, right? So it's just simple. It's on the back bar for a reason. Nobody has Ellie Drain. Slot Ellie Drain, right? Okay, somebody's using Radiant Aura or Ellie Drain. Perfect. Now I can put it in the Expansive Frost Cloak. Just that simple. Just that simple. Frost Cloak is very, very resourceful for groups because it offers the major ward and it offers the major resolve. That increases resistance. So all of a sudden, I go ahead and I pop this. I go back into my character sheet. Blam! 18 and 18. Huge. Huge, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Blue Betty. Blue Betty is going to give us our major sorcery buff. It's going to give us a way to remove negative effects. And it's going to be a way for us to, once again, capitalize on restoring resources. Inner Light. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to get the Major Prophecy with Lotus Blossom that's going to carry over, right? But I'm using Northern Storm to do what? Maximize Magicka. Same thing with the Inner Light. Okay, the Inner Light's going to go ahead and increase Max Magicka by 5%. That increases healing effects. And, of course, no surprise, Aggressive Warhorn is going to be our primary ultimate. Okay, very, very nice. Very nice. Okay, how it works out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the champion points really quick. Coming over to the Apprentice, 75 into Bless, 1208 into Elfborn, 707 into Elemental Expert, Spell Erosion, 28 points. This is huge. You're going to be doing a lot of weaving given with the fact that you're using Symbiosis and Lotus Blossom, right? So we want to jack up the Staff Expert. We want to jack it up. That's right, 30.17. That is not a joke. That will even help with the more light attack damage you deal, right? The more you're healing. So basically, when I come into Restoration Staff and I look at this, you also heal yourself or a nearby ally to the target for 34% of the damage inflicted by the final hit of a fully charged heavy attack. With you weaving, that's why you want to go ahead and take that up. Okay, when somebody asks that, why is Staff Expert so high? Because when you do a heavy attack, you're getting major mending, and you're going to get a bigger heal from the Staff Expert. Master at Arms, just in case, you know, we do some sort of damage, direct damage. We'll take that at 611. If things, you never know, so I'll put it in there. But the Butcher is definitely what I want. Now, just in case I proc Northern Storm, I put 7.4. Just in case there's trash and I decide to use it, right? And I pop it. Okay, it's going to deal some damage. I was telling Mystic we got a PvP again. Maybe run BGs as well. Definitely. Let me know. BGs will let me use my Stamps Arc. Nice. Excellent. Ironclad 1602. Spell Shield 1374. Light Armor. Now notice I have a lot of resistance. It's very important for me to go ahead and put into this. So I put it into Spell Shield for the little bit, but I need to bump up Light Armor Focus. So 3,379. Hardy and Elemental Defender are both 1015. I'm not a Vampire. I don't need to be Vampire with the Warden Healer with the High Elf. I am High Elf. If you want to go with Argonian, you can do that. If you want to go Breton, you can do that. Those are the three strong classes for Warden Healers. Okay, Bastion, just in case we throw Healing Ward or Barrier on our bar, we just put a few points in there, just in case we make some alterations. So 904. Quick Recovery, 909. Coming into the tower, Wardlord at 10.22. Tenacity, very important. We're weaving, so we're going to take 14%. Arcanist, 14%. Healthy, 909. Tumbling, 20. And Shadow Ward, 20. And that is how the champion points are allocated. Okay, we just need a healer so I can... with my werewolf. Got you, dude. Definitely. So there it is, guys. Groundskeeper. Very, very, very awesome build. Morning, Sylvia. Just about to wrap it up. I hope you're having a good day. I can't wait. By the way, guys, Sylvia will be coming to Xbox. So welcome her to the Xbox ESO family. So it's going to be nice. This is going to be nice seeing you, Sylvia. I can't wait to play with you again. So there it is. Said and done, guys. It is really great. I'm really loving this. It's a very strong build. You're going to, do well with this build. I promise you. There's not going to be a situation. Now, keep in mind also, you notice that I'm just using imperfected Alrums because most people aren't going to get perfected. It's a great set even without perfected. If you get the perfected, cool, you'll get the extra max magicka. But if you don't worry about it. I can go with the Warden Healer too, so we have options. Nice. But there it is, guys. Said and done. We keep it real every day of the week. I will never let you guys down. I promise you. I promise you. So if anybody has any questions or comments, please post below. Once again, I'm Mr. Craven, this CSO Daily. And as always, thank you for watching and have a nice day.